varying lengths. They're very similar to the brass band. We've got corners here, which if we straighten them out would be 8 foot long, like some of those tubes up there. And then we've got the euphoniums, the baritones and the trombones. If we straighten them out, they'd be 16 feet long. And then we've got the monster double B at the back. If we straighten that one out, it would be 64 foot long. And so basically all we're doing is playing on different lengths of pipes, just like that church organ does up there. And so I think that's probably why the band is so suited to playing chorales and hymn tunes, and especially in a generous acoustic like this church. So sadly, we've come to the last piece of our mini program just now. But before we play our last piece, I've got a couple of thank yous to read out. First of all, you can see some of the banners here. Bejson Musical Instruments. They're a very old company, and as well as sell instruments, they put a lot back into the community, not just the community in Great Britain, where they are, but also in the communities all over the world. I've been associated with Bejson since 1984, and have travelled all around the world for them, giving my services to bands. And without Bejson, this trip wouldn't have happened. You all know how much it costs to fly from England to Australia, to New Zealand, and even the little flights are expensive. So a big thank you to Bejson Musical Instruments for sponsoring the trip so well. To ABI Music for having the idea and sponsoring this event. This doesn't happen overnight. You know, there's the music to choose. Once you've chosen it, you've got to find it. You've got to find rehearsal space and everything else. Communicate with all the musicians. So a big thank you to ABI Music, Bronwyn and a good husband, trying to help the community and this wonderful band. And of course the North Shore Brass Band. We've had the privilege of playing in their wonderful band room. I mean, it's probably the best band room I've ever been in. It's like, you could do a concert in there if you want, and there's like 2 or 3 band rooms all in one. So again, massive thank you to the North Shore Band for allowing us to do that. And also, Jasmine's here from the Navy with 2 other colleagues, and we couldn't have managed without the help of the Navy supporting what we're doing. And I know that we'd all like to do this event again next year. Would you like to hear the band playing again next year? That would be Sadly, I can't promise to be here, but I'm sure that the same sponsors would support this idea. And I know that the musicians would love to do this again too. And of course, that's the biggest thank you really. The biggest thank you goes to these wonderful young musicians. We all read too often about what some young people get up to, and it's always bad press. I doubt that this concert will get in the press, but it should do, because of all the good that these young musicians are doing to play music for you, and of course they're benefiting themselves as well. So let's give a massive thank you to all the young musicians on the stage. Sorry, Owen. I've known him for about 40 years, so you know my apologies, are sincere. Good, so the piece we've chosen to play to finish off is another Salvation Army piece, like the Fire in the Blood that we've started off. In fact, they're very similar. This is a piece by Peter Graham. Anybody that's involved in brass bands will know music by Peter Graham. He's a Scottish composer, lived in America for a number of years. He wrote this for the New Staff Journal and the New York Staff Band. It's a play on two songs. They are The Candle of the Lord and Light Me. And he's called this piece Shine as the Light. And it's a very accessible piece to you. It's quite difficult for them. And there's a little bit in towards the end which we call aleatoric music. And aleatoric music is where the composer gives the musicians a box full of notes that they can play in any order, at any speed, at any dynamic. So it's like chaos, you know, it's organised chaos. I'd just be interested to be able to see if we spot that bit when we get there, this aleatoric section. But in the meantime, there's some beautiful tunes and some really exciting moments in the piece as well. So I hope you've enjoyed our small concert. It depends on your response, but we might have something up our sleeve after this one. We'll just have to wait and see. But Shine as the Light by Peter Gray. Hope you enjoy it.
Bye.